I have failed many times on growing indoor plants. Are you concerned about overwatering or underwatering your houseplants? After repeatedly killing my houseplants, I wanted to know what am I doing wrong. I kept the soil moist, proper lighting was there, and in fact, I was feeding indoor houseplant fertilizer to promote growth. I still keep killing the plant often. The most common mistake I noticed was either keeping the soil moist all the time or too wet sometimes, which resulted in tiny flies inside the house. I got this 3-in-1 gardening tool. This device can test soil moisture, sunlight level, and pH level in the soil. I would highly recommend this gardening tool for $7, which I got from Amazon. This moisture meter works pretty well. To me, I don't use light measure and the pH level never worked for me from day one. It has a scale of 1 to 10 with 1 being most dry and 10 being most wet. This is my favorite monstera plant. I always wait until the soil is fairly dry before watering. Let's see if we need to water this plant now. As you see, the top few inches of the soil is fairly dry and obviously we water it, right? Let's check what the moisture meter says. Make sure the switch is pointing to moist in the device and let's insert the probe into the soil. You need to insert at least 2 inches deep. This is a 12-inch pot with a good drainage hole in the bottom. I am here inserting around like 6 inches down to check the moist level near the root. So on the scale, the pointer is fully on the wet side. Good that we did not overwater in this case. After each measurement, remove the probe out of the soil and wipe it clean. Let's check if this works on the orchid. This is a 1-year-old plant where the roots are covered in the pine bark nuggets. Carefully insert the probe in between the wood chips so you don't poke the orchid roots. I haven't watered this orchid for more than 3 weeks now. Yes, as the meter confirms, it's time to water this plant. This is my another house plant. It has a combination of a bromeliad, which you are seeing now, a croton and a orchid. This plant is layered in between the soil and the sphagnum moss. The sphagnum moss looks dry. It's very dry. Without this meter, I would have definitely watered this plant now. Let's insert the probe carefully into the soil and make sure you don't disturb the roots. As you see, it's definitely wet in the bottom of the pot, so you do not have to overwater this plant now. This is my another indoor snake plant. It looks pretty dry as per the meter, so I'm gonna water this now. The main reason why I bought the moisture meter is for my succulents. I had these succulents indoor in a cute looking pot and I started killing one by one. The leaves were soggy most of the time indoor, so I have repotted all the good ones in a new potting soil. I have kept this outside and I never watered after repotting. Still the moisture level is showing 7 out of 10. This is my another indoor plant called Jade. I brought this outside and repotted with good potting mix and I never watered. Currently it shows 5 out of 10, so I will skip watering this plant until I see the pointer on the dry side. Let's check my jasmine plant. Let's insert the probe into the soil. It is 8 out of 10. This is my caladium growing outside. It is on the dry side as the temperature currently is more than 92 degrees here. You don't have to keep doing this on all the outdoor plants. I would 100% recommend this if you are a beginner into the gardening, or it will be much useful especially if you love growing indoor plants. The light meter works outside pretty well, but inside it always shows on the low light. The pH meter never worked, but the moisture meter looks accurate. When you insert the probe, you need to insert deep into the pot. Even if the topsoil is dry, the soil in the bottom of the pot may be wet, which would result in root rotting if we keep watering the plants. Hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in another episode of gardening. Thank you.